Hello P99 players. It's been a while since I made my last video, although I've only made, I think, 2 levels. I didn't play P99 at all for almost a week, and I know that only because I had 3 corpses in Eastern Waste or Crystal Caverns, which when I logged in had like 2 hours left on them before they decayed, but they still had more than that much res timer left on them. I've messed around in Crystal Caverns a fair bit so far already before I'm making this video now, and what I'm going to do is run you guys through the general layout of it as far as I understand it, and then show you where I've been XPing in here solo for 37, part of 37 and all of 38, and some of 39 so far. In Eastern Waste there's the Rygor Fort, kind of like in the middle of the zone, and in the back of that little fort there's this room here, and this little crystal thing, when you click on it, takes you into Crystal Caverns. I'm bound right here, which is a reason I had one of my corpses. When I was first playing in here, my invis wore off at a bad time and I died and respawned right here, and an orc had wandered into this area from the fort, and I didn't think they did. And instead of just clicking the little teleporter to zip my way back into Crystal Caverns safely, I stupidly just X'd out and said, fuck this. Came back to an extra corpse instead of just one. But, click the crystal, you appear in Crystal Caverns. You can run towards that rock pile right there, and it takes you back out. Enjoy my pretty new spell effects now that... I don't use Air Elemental very often, and I've been playing in first person a lot, so I don't notice that I still haven't got my models fixed up, but enjoy my new particle effects now that I hit 39. So the first part of Crystal Caverns is just a bunch of orcs mining Velium, apparently. The miners are a little low. They were starting to green out when I came here at 37. I think they're like mid to upper 20s. And then there's also a mix of watchmen, who are all still blue as far as I know, and oracles. There's a few names over here. There's a series of caverns and caves that lead around this central pit here that drops way down, and you can get to the bottom taking the caves, or you can be like me and levitate and invis your way down and hope that it doesn't wear off and aggro everything in this whole big cavern here. I didn't actually kill anything over in this area. Oh, there's a name there. Oh, now I'm all tempted to try and kill him. I'm probably going to die right away at the beginning of my stream again. No, I can't even find him. There. I didn't kill any orcs in here because the orcs were starting to green out already. So I just didn't bother. Oh, I've never even been over here. I moved deeper in past the Dwarf City that I'll show you later, and fought the stuff that's beyond there, which is like level mid-30s up to about 40. It's pretty much like the same level as specters or the goblins in the water in Lake of Ilomen. I'm trying to decide. I'm going to check quick to see if this guy drops anything that I actually could use, and if he does, I'll kill him. Otherwise, even though it's all about me soloing dungeons and I like killing name stuff, I'm not just not in the mood to try it right now. So let's see. Foreman Rixact. Looks like he drops a crappy little headpiece, a vendor longsword, and a vendor two-handed sword. I'm not going to kill him. I don't want to mess around and get killed. I'm not planning on making too long of a video. I've kind of settled into the zone. I didn't really like it at first, partly because I died a few times here, and the XP doesn't seem that great to me. But anyway, so if you head north after you drop all the way down to the bottom of this, there's this cave here that then veer right. This leads around to the Dwarf City, who are not kill on sight with anyone, I don't think, but they're dubious to pretty much everybody unless you are a gnome or a dwarf or you have illusions of some kind. Alliance spell, stuff like that. And if you have that stuff, you can vendor. There's only a couple simple vendors in town, and a banker, which is nice because you can vendor your loot, you can buy food and water, you can use the bank. Even if you're kill on site, you can use the bank. Excuse me. So it's a nice spot if you like the zone and you want to stay in here to level. It's a good spot to do it because you do have everything close by. You can't bind in the zone, unfortunately, which I learned. So some classes will have a harder time getting back down in here if you have to gate out or die than others. You will come upon the little dwarf city. You know, you hear the classic, just general music going right now. There's some interesting music if you wander around in the city too much, though. Not too much. It's like they got this like Hawaiian beat going. It's pretty weird. We'll see if it comes on. Yep. Holy shit, these dudes talk? I've never heard of that before. Hey, baby. So yeah, we got this like, I forget what the drums are that make this kind of high-pitched little ringy noise. No, but anyways, odd music for a underground dwarf frozen wasteland settlement. But, you know, so the merchants and the bank and everything are in here. And if you run down this direction, it's another big tunnel, loops around all over the place, and eventually comes out near some more of the monsters that you can find to fight in this zone. It's pretty simple back here. It's not mazy or vertical issues like it is back where the orcs are. Spawns are almost undungeon-like in how spread out they are. You pretty much can get single pulls like all over the place down here. And even where... Oh, my buffs are wearing off. Even where you get multiples, it's only like 2. I'm going to show you the first things I kill. I'll show you the strategy I used when I first came here, because at 37 some of this stuff was still even cons, and it's really hard to kill an even con. Not really hard. It can be really hard. You know, they don't like to stay rooted even after you tosh them. They're almost impossible to charm. Real pain. But I figured out a method. Since the guards aren't kill on sight, the guards won't assist you in fighting orcs apparently. But I guess they will help you fight anything that you find beyond the city. So like where I am now. So I'm gonna piss this little dude off. Stalag Terror, he's like the same level as Spectres, basically 33, 34, up to 37 that I saw. I'll let him sit right there. Wait for the guard to wander over here and show you how I dealt with these guys when I first arrived, if I got any high spawns that were too risky to try and charm. These dudes hit pretty hard, up to about 84, I think. I also don't have high armor on my gear, and my defense skill is still quite lacking. It's like 50 points behind. So that doesn't help. Oh, come on. This never takes this long for these guys. I don't know how far up here he paths, actually, to know how long this takes. But it shouldn't take too long. Besides these Stalag Terror guys, who, you know, I commented that the XP wasn't great in here. I think I was getting at most 2% per kill when I got here at 37, which was the same amount of XP I was getting per kill in Paw, killing stuff that was like 5 levels lower. So I'm not convinced it's great XP. I bet it's got a small bonus zone experience modifier for being in a dungeon, but it's pretty minor. Anyway, so the guards are friendly. I haven't seen one lose to one of these yet, but it comes pretty close sometimes. Once they get beat on a little bit, I can tosh him. He's mad at me, but he won't come after me as long as this thing's not dead. Fire and load up my AoE mez. And just wait for him to get the thing nice and low. And then I'll just AoE mez the 2 of them. It'll usually blur the guard, so he's regenning and not even bothering me. And then I can just finish off the Stalag with 1 nuke. It's slower than... It's probably slower than charming, because it's just one thing that I'm killing at a time is losing hit points, because I don't want to kill the guards. I don't want to mess with the faction. But it's safer, because if nothing else, you can just let the guard die, or let the guard kill the terror or whatever. Oops, that's the wrong spell. Uh-oh. Go, go, go. Oh, bugger. Well, that happens once in a while. The guards are, I think they're more magic resistant than the average NPC is, but it's not by much. They're a little more resistant, so I do get resists sometimes, and then when I do, you see that happen. He kills off the terror that I wanted XP for. But it worked alright. It was just something I wanted to show, a goofy little trick that you can take advantage of, because these guys defend you but aren't hostile to you by default. Anyway, so down in the water there's some slightly lower level little fishy Valium things that crawl around or swim around. They're kind of a pain. They'll come up on land, but they're not really worth bothering to kill. I'm going to fight my way through the areas that I fought in before while videoing, and then I'll go explore a little bit. Oops. Distracted. Then I'll go explore a little bit in the two directions that I haven't ventured down yet. I know it's down these other two corridors, but I haven't gone down there, so we'll see how it goes. I think even like the names in here are only level 40, so I probably am not going to run into any trouble. Hopefully not anyways. Unless I train myself. I've after I made 38 and 39, at 37 it was a little sketchy in here because a lot of this stuff didn't like to stay rooted. So you get a charm break and a root break at the same time, and then one thing resists a stun, and I didn't have my AoE mez loaded, and yeah, the stuff hits pretty hard, so it can end up pretty quickly in a bad way. But oh, there's one of the Valium crawlers. You can two of them, little fish running around. But yeah, unless I can handle 2, 3, 4 things at a time now without much problem. The loot in here is kind of lame. There's some rock geonid monsters in here a little ways farther that can drop chipped versions of regular gems, and as far as I can tell, that means that you just vendor them. But they can drop chipped gems of like any. The first like 4 or 5 that I got were. See, even now they still don't like to stay rooted as long as they would be great if they did. But these little chipped gems that the geonids drop. I got a chipped black sapphire. Oh, I still have it actually. Chipped black sapphire. I think it vendors for like 170 plat or something. Sure, I'm gonna get my ass kicked by one. See, pain in my. Oh come on! Get my ass kicked by one mob here as soon as I. Good thing I didn't test my luck with the named guy. Anyway, I'll try to actually kill this guy without getting distracted anymore and dying. But these chip gems sell decently just to vendors, so there's at least some money to be had in here, but I don't think there's like 2 different rare drops off names that are pretty nice, and then just these gems that can vendor for a couple hundred plat tops is all that is in here. But I've made 2.5 1.5, 1 3/4 level in here, and I've only seen this one chip black sapphire that was special. Oh hey, I paid a price with a lot of my hit points, and now I'm gonna have to spend some time bandaging and stuff. But gained a point of defense. That's always nice. Okay. So there's the 4 little stalag guys back there, and a couple things that swim in the water. The water that they swim through actually stretches under this funny little rib bridge here, and those fish will swim up around through here, and there's a tunnel that leads a little farther in underwater, and they just patrol all around back and forth. If you jump over that bridge or you fall in the water at the wrong spot, you'll end up getting them pissed off at you. Up ahead farther there's a couple more stalag dudes, and then there's 3 different tunnels leading in different directions. One of them I think has more of the stalag terrors that I just fought, including the named ones. One of the tunnels has spiders, and one of the tunnels has the rockmen, geonids, and leads out to Eastern Wastes, a one-way exit. This is where I've been XPing the whole time I was in here. Like I said, I don't think it's great XP. I bet there's if the normal zone experience modifier is 75 and like Solisec A is like 120, just hypothetically, I bet this place is like 85. So there's a small bonus for being in here, but it is not a hard dungeon to handle, especially if you had a group. Everything's spread out. You'd be very hard pressed to train yourself, or pretty hard pressed to even get multiple mobs in a pull unless you wanted it. So if you had a group in here of 3 to 6 that are 33 plus, it'd probably be pretty nice. The fact that you can vendor and bank and everything in here means it'd be a great spot for like a static XP group, because everybody has everything they need right here in town pretty much, and you don't have to worry about traveling back to long distances to sell or anything. There's farmers in here once in a while. I don't know if that guy had a fungi and he's getting power leveled or what, but there's people in here farming once in a while because there's Velium that drops, and there's some kind of silk that drops, and some other things for some quests out here in Velius. But it's been pretty quiet in general. I'd say I've seen 6 people in here once, 7 people in here once. That SOTS, S-O-T-S guild had a group over here the other day. Usually it's just a few like people level 40 to 45. I guess you still get XP for some of the stuff in here at like 47, 48, because there was another enchanter in here at that level earlier who was getting XP from the Geonids that I'm going to show you in a little bit here. I like the vibe of this zone. It's kind of fun, different from what you're used to in all the classic and Kunark zones, but I'm not in love with it. Convenient, cool vibe overall, but not in love with it because the XP seems pretty mediocre. The drops are, I would say, average at best. Even if maybe I've just had bad luck getting the expensive gem drops so far, but I think after I finish this video I might be tempted to go back. You see I've got a couple keys for Tower of Frozen Shadow right here. I might be tempted to go back to Tower of Frozen Shadow and maybe get like a second, maybe corpse one of my keys here and save it outside the zone, and then go get another one and go up to the 3rd floor in there and see if there's still blues that I can XP on in the 3rd floor. I could work on getting the key for the next floor and show you make another video, a separate one for the first few floors of Tower of Frozen Shadow, but it won't be tonight. If I do it, I'm going to be out of town for a few days, so. Has been a while since I made one, though. I actually had a number of people in game sending me messages saying, I can't remember anybody's names, sorry, commenting that they liked my videos, and some people would watch them before when I was playing Tecmos, and some people, watching now, and so I figured it was time to make another one. The guard no longer has reduced magic resist. I usually don't end up with a nasty fight like the one I just had, where my hit points and mana both are shot to hell at the end of the fight and I have to spend such a long time resting, but it still does happen once in a while. The dungeon's fairly spread out, and you don't get big pulls, but it's not wide open by any stretch, so unless you're really careful and you constantly pull back to like this stairwell in front of me and this little hallway here, you don't have enough room to be guaranteed to get a couple chances to lock something down after a charm breaks or whatever before it gets to you and beats the hell out of you if you've got crappy defenses and gear like I do. I'll go move up here and show you so here's the water that stretches around. It's connected to the stuff back by that lake and a little pond up here farther, and the Velium crawlers will swim around through there. At the top of these stairs there's 2 more stalags on either side here. I'll get a little more mana and then kill them off. Just over this edge here, don't know if you can see it from here. See, there's a stairwells that go down either side. And there's a pool right here. It's kind of tricky because it drops off suddenly and you can't really see straight down into the pool. You can see the land that's farther back behind here. So it's tempting to just run right over this edge, but then you land in the lake and the Velium crawlers will jump on you. So it's not a, gotta be a little careful if you're fighting right here, but that's not a big deal really. Then over this way leads to more of these guys who are named, and then over this way leads to spiders, and then over this way leads to the Geonid dudes. Nothing like an ugly troll enchanter. Hopefully the Tower of Frozen Shadow video that I'm planning on making will be the last one before I get a new clicky item so that I don't have to keep dealing with this telescope zoom. I should either get quest or I need to quest my new Tashan spell that I get at 44 pretty soon. Maybe while I'm running, I have to like circle all of the old world to do that quest, so maybe while I'm working on that I'll also Ranger's back. He's doing. Maybe when I'm working on that quest I'll also do the Rod of Insidious Glamour quest. And did he just run right off the edge? I wonder if he got aggroed by some of those. You see, just caught a glimpse of a spider there. There's one that sits right here, one that sits right here, and one that paths around. I don't know what's over there. I've never even looked down that way. And then in this cave around the corner here is where the Geonids are. Oops, that's the wrong spot. Almost lost him. XP is pretty steady though. Not fast, steady. Maybe I just wasn't online enough. Kind of got used to when I was in Nagina and then in Paw. I had my laptop on in the background while I was doing stuff around the house or getting some work done in between killing things or whatever. And I was like, my laptop was on for like 8 hours a day. I wasn't actively playing the whole time, but probably half of it counted as playtime because, you know, I was medding or fighting a lot, so I was making a couple levels a day. And it's definitely slowed down now. I haven't been on as much. Okay, so avoiding the pit there. Being careful not to aggro the spiders here, which I've done a few times. Not sure. I think if you walk too close to this edge, that spider comes at you and he brings his buddy. Oh, the spiders are getting a little low. Some of them, I think there's different tiers of... Alright, so the ranger apparently is over here killing some of this stuff. There should be a tentacle terror right here. And then up above this, it's all just Geonids. They start off indifferent to everybody. Oh, that 44 monk died in here. Must have had some bad luck with feigned death. Oh, named. Well, I guess the ranger's back. Somewhere. Oh, there he is. Anyway, from here up, this little cavern slopes and curves around and leads up, and it exits into that one-way exit in the eastern waste, and there's probably like, I don't know, 8 solo spawns. Up this way. I've seen two different name spawn. No, just I've seen this guy twice in that spot. No, I'm actually kind of excited because he's the guy who dropped the black sapphire. I don't think he's really any tougher than these other ones can be. The other Geonids can hit for 84, so they're like 37, I think, just like the tentacle terrors. And this guy, when I fought him, I had a pet who hit for 79, and this guy hit for 79. Gave my pet 40% haste to make sure he didn't get his ass kicked, and then I had to nuke down something because I wasn't sure what level that guy was. But he's not too tough. I'll met up to full and then charm this guy up and use him to kill that guy and hope I get another vendor gem. And then I'll move up the cavern a little farther just to make sure there's no names and maybe kill a few more of the Geonids. And then I'll come back and check out the spider and the stalag terror tunnels also, since I've never explored down either of those. Haven't even invised down them actually. So I set a button that I thought for like the last 3 videos was muting my mic so that I could cough without deafening you guys. And apparently it hasn't been working. Like, it looks like it only works when I'm not on the EQ window. Yep. Cool. So you guys have been listening to me cough and talk to my wife or whatever on the videos I made recently. Cool. I haven't watched them, so just besides making sure they weren't like broken right at the beginning or something. So I don't know what all fun you guys have been listening to. Don't think I've been watching Chatterbait or anything while I've been soloing, so nothing too embarrassing anyways. Oops. I forgot I wanted to haste my pet. I'll just give him... Yeah, why not? Go all out. Make sure he gets the job done. Hopefully he doesn't kill me. That terror might aggro me from up here if I'm sitting down, depending on what level it is, so I kind of got to be careful. I'd like to be back against the wall behind me so that I have more room to deal with my pet who's annihilating the named and significantly hasted if he breaks and comes at me, but I also don't want to get an ad when I'm already dealing with a hasted pet and a named. Well, it looks like he's going to wreck him. I'm probably going to send my pet after the next Geonid up the tunnel also to get him lower. I'll just let him kill the gem collector and not get full XP for it. These guys make some interesting noises, kind of sound like aliens. Cool, that's probably like another 100 plus plat. So apparently the named in here just drops the nice chipped gems, and these dudes only drop like chipped jasper and chipped onyx, and like stuff that's hardly worth any money at all. I guess my pet's not going to need any help with this guy. At 40% haste, he's really working him over. This way a little bit for break and charm so I don't get beat on. This fella is still online. Oh, yikes. I hope he found somebody to res him. That's a long corpse run. I would not mess around in any of the Velius dungeons, as a side note, without being bound, at least on this continent. Unless you got a buddy. Oh yeah, that's the first enchanter page I've seen the whole time I've been in here. On a related note, like I said, these guys are indifferent when you start fighting them, and you slowly lose faction. But boy, it takes a while. I've probably killed... I had to have killed like close to 50 of these guys now, and I'm still only dubious. I don't know how long exactly you can go before you hit kill on sight, but it's been a long time. So it's kind of nice being able to roam around in here without having to worry about invis and still being able to check to see if there's names up. Sit down right next to one and wait to met up before you pull it. I think I think there's supposed to be another one right here that's not spawned. Anyway, those are the Geonids. I'll kill 2 more just for some XP, because I do want to at least hit 40 in here and get a little bit of a buffer before I move on to a new zone. Just med up a bit and then take out these next 2, and then I'll move to one of the other caverns to check it out. Kind of excited about my little vendor gems. I only have like 700 plat in the bank, and if I buy a Rod of Insidious Glamour, it's going to cost me like 400 or 500. I've only been buying, like 2, 3, 4 spells per level, just the ones that I deemed essential. 39 was a lame level. I get a new charm, which I don't need yet because I'm not charming stuff that's above level 37. And resist magic instead of just endure magic, which is awesome because magic resist is always great. Little mini rune. Doesn't last long enough that I probably will use it basically hardly ever. New AC buff, which I've actually been using. I don't know how much it helps, but I've been using it. The AC buffs last quite a while, so it's not a big drain on mana, really. Yeah, I think that's all I got at 39. Quite a lame level. 44 will be exciting because of the new Tosh. Oops, I guess I can start fighting, eh? Be exciting because of the new Tosh spell. Even though I have to do an annoying quest to get it. New nuke too, I guess. That's always nice. Help finish stuff off. I'm dreading trade skill work with this guy. My last enchanter. Actually, any character that I thought about maining seriously in the whole time I've been on this server tended to have pretty reasonable trade skills, like everything 120 to 150. Thinking, yeah, when Velius comes out and this is still my main, I'll need to do all the Coldane Shell quests. And then I, don't have any of those characters anymore, and even if I did, I still probably wouldn't be playing them as main, so not looking forward to the thought of trying to raise my trade skills to make a pretty nice shoulder piece. Although, I'll get around to it eventually, I guess, if I keep playing enough. Wow. Excuse me. Oh, not quite going to be able to finish him off with the Chaos Flux. I'm guessing he's a little higher level also, since he did resist 2 roots in a row. Damn, I'm not going to finish this guy off with an Anarchy either. Okay, let's head back down. Go check out the spiders. I'm gonna probably have to rebuff a little bit. Man up. Oh, this is some quest item. I don't know. I googled it the other day, or checked it out on the wiki before, and it wasn't anything that I needed, so. I'm going to poke around in the viz a little bit up these tunnels after I get meted up to like 90. Since I started that first spider was green, I don't really want to kill a whole bunch of these spiders if a bunch of them are green. I'll go back up in there a ways until I find more blue stuff. I'm fairly certain none of the stalags are going to be green yet. they're probably going to be, even a level 33 is blue until 42, I think. 41, something like that. Man, now I really kind of want to go watch all my old videos and see if there were any spots that I thought my microphone was muted and I was just hacking up a lung, or if I was talking to like my wife or my son or something in the room and thought I was muted, getting captured and uploaded to YouTube for the world to hear. All 340 some people who have viewed my videos so far, right? And even then, I think my average view is it's like 8.5 minutes long or something like that. So not a lot of people are watching my videos all the way through, it doesn't seem like, but yeah. Oh well. I haven't hardly watched any of it at all. You'd think I'd be paying attention. So, oh well. Go check out the spider tunnel. I'll swap my spell lineup around a little bit to try to make sure I'm prepared for getting caught off guard, in case I do get caught off guard. Maybe it's just that one. Maybe they're just barely going green. Oh, maybe not, because these spiderlings are probably going to be lower still, eh? What the hell? There we go. Breton hasn't been having good luck in here, I guess. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing any XP in here. I don't want to deal with like 1/3 of the mobs being green. Oh, that's a little fancier. I also don't know how much stuff paths back and forth in this hallway. Yeah, I'll probably end up killing some of this just because I'm here already. See how far this goes back before anything interesting. I kind of doubt anything in here sees invis, but I'm not sure, so I'm kind of playing it safe just to make sure. I wonder if there's... Oh, how about that? Yikes. I think she's level 40. I don't know if she's a caster. I would not want to mess with this room unless I had to. I guess it could be worse. You could pull that, use this pather right here. And, yeah, I don't know how, I'm trying to think of how I would break this room up. I assume this guy is the highest level besides the queen, but, you know, you'd have to break it up a little bit. And I haven't been using lull at all because everything in here is spread out anyways. So I'm not sure exactly how well it would stick on the stuff that's down here with my 208 charisma. I'm going to fire shielding back up, and then I'll see about pulling those two back a little bit, and I'll kill some stuff in each direction here and maybe see if I'm feeling adventurous enough to try and kill that queen. I would doubt it, though. He's coming my way. These spiders aren't very high, though, so I'm not worried about having any trouble with them. I'm going to kill all three of these after that pather moves out of the way. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just kill this one guy. So apparently there is a fair amount of pathing back and forth going on here. I've had at least two reach me just in this one point. One of the webmasters looks like he's quite a bit tougher than this other guy. Oh, my pet's low. It's only hitting for 59. He's like level 30. Webmaster 74, so he's not very high either. Only 30, 32, something like that. Oops. Try not to aggro any extras here. Oops, forgot I didn't have anarchy in here. Yeah, so if these webmasters are like below level 35, it'd be really, really hard to kill the level 40 queen using these as pets. Because they'd get wrecked. They'd do like 10% damage to her and they'd be dead. And I'd have a really hard time locking her down with roots because she's a yellow con, and I wouldn't be able to nuke her basically at all. So that just probably is not happening. Dang, I kind of thought that he was going to run. He's kicking my ass. Oh, I'm probably too close to those other spiders. I think my dot might kill him off, but I'm just going to nuke him. Just be safe, and then I'll rebuff and halfway pay attention while I sit here in case there's any more pathers, but I'll get my rune back up and troll form again. It's more fun to be a gnome, but gotta get that extra 1 hit point a tick regen, right? Now, you kids doing this at home shouldn't do what I just did. You shouldn't spend so much of your mana to redo buffs and get low on mana when you're not positive of what's going on around you. I mean, it's a nuance of playing solo in the bottom of dungeons, but, you know, even if you're uncomfortable about being, you know, hurt without a rune up or whatever, you don't want to be down at 15% mana when you're sitting in a spot where you're not absolutely positive about what's going to path by, because you don't want to get jumped by something and then get resisted a couple times, or have something respawn in you that you didn't realize was there, and then all of a sudden you've got not enough mana to even keep something mezzed or gate out, and you know, better off to have enough mana to work with a situation that pops up than cast fucking troll form. But I'm fairly confident there's nothing else coming to this spot, and I probably could have taken it to handle it anyways. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm even sitting over here and actually killing this stuff. It doesn't seem like it has as much loot as the name Geonids. Lower level, so less XP. And I'm not going to go try to mess with the queen. I might as well invis up after I met up a little bit and go check out the stalag hall. And then I'll probably call it good for the video. Maybe I'll go run back into town and see how much these gems are worth and show you exactly where the banker is in town. And then I'll call it good for this video. Make 40, get a little bit of buffer. I don't even think I'll make 40 tonight, let alone get a buffer. But I'll go make a brief Tower of Frozen Shadow video. I say brief, but then I'll probably die, lose a corpse, and not play again for another week. And then not put the video up. But I think I'll probably, you know, I'll try to do a Tower of Frozen Shadow video. I mean, I could just stay in there and level if I really wanted to, but I don't know how I feel about trying to keep backup keys to move around that zone on a corpse run. Up. I don't even know. Maybe, for all I know, maybe you can't even corpse keys anymore. Who knows? Oh, they're not no rent, though, so it shouldn't be a problem. I'll probably be back in Kunark at 41 or 42. I'll go to Kezora because I want to get the key for Howling Stone, so I might as well go down and kill Zalgaz and the guys down near him when I can still get XP from the stuff in there that's like 35 plus. And I'll get my Howling Stone's key, and I've been Excuse me again. I'm thinking I might go check out Droga or Nurga also, because I don't even really know the layout of them. I think I remember the route to run down to the bodyguard area in Droga, because I camped at some when I was feeling lazy, um, back before Velius. But I don't really know the rest of the zone. And Nurga's kind of cool looking with the big open canyons and the small tunnels and the rail carts and the bridges, Indiana Jones style, like little rail cart bridges or mine cart bridges and all that in there. So I might mess around in there. I don't know if there's anything in there that's special other than just mobs to XP on some. Not sure where exactly I'll go from 45 to 50. I might get up to 45 in Kesara or Droga, Nurga, and then 45 plus. I'm not sure where I'll be. I think I've been in all the dungeons that are like around that level already. So I don't have any new places to explore in solo really, but I'll figure it out. It'll probably be a couple weeks anyways before I get up to 45. Especially since I've got at least one quest to do that circumnavigates the world of Norath. And if I do more than that, it'll take forever too. So, okay. Were these all blue? Okay, so I'll kill all 3 of these at once, just to show you how like the fight goes if I'm killing 3 things at once instead of only 2. And I'll try Outlaw, see how it works as well. Get up to full mana first and take them on. You know, charming to kill more than 2 things at a time is a little riskier because you run the higher risk of roots or charm wearing off and having more than 1 thing to deal with at a time beating on you, potentially 3. But it is a little faster XP if you can pull it off than just killing 2 things at a time, because the mobs are just doing more DPS to each other, and you can juggle which one your pet is attacking so that when your pet gets beat down, the other 2 are both at like 80% or 85%, and then you can turn them on each other like normal with just 2 things. And so you can kill 3 things for 1 extra charm and 1 extra nuke. Then you'd be able to kill 2, and it's quicker. A little riskier, but let's see what happens here. Okay, oops, boy, fat fingers today. Actually, I guess I'll lull both of them, and then I'll move up there and mez. And this is what I'll do. I really should probably have mesmerization ready when I'm fighting 3 things at once in case I do get an ugly break or something, but I'm not going to do it just because I don't feel like it. So, there you have it. Bring him back in here. Get him aggroed on both of them. Root everything up together. Tosh everything. Got lucky. That thing hadn't been hit yet. I kind of thought that getting a resist and then casting another spell on him would so see, the one's getting beat up, the other one's still pretty good, and then I'll break my pet and stun him right away so that I don't get hit. Oops. Kind of forgot he was rooted and not mezzed. What the hell? Targeting fails. Looks like my pet was poisoned. Good thing I didn't take too much longer to kill him. Might have lost the XP. I assume I'm probably going to get some of the silk that this guy wants. I think the Valium comes from the orcs. I saw somebody, oh, the paladin who rezzed me the other day, a couple of my corpses that I had in here, was farming dwarves for Valium, I think. Makes sense. I mean, they got miners over there. They might as well have bricks of Valium, eh? Speedy. And there's killing 3 things instead of 2 with charm. I guess at higher levels, necros are super awesome at that, because they can, once they get paralyzing earth, they can root up a few things. Oh, the Valium crawlers do make it all the way in here. I wonder if this stuff is all connected all the way back to the dwarf town. Anyway, the necros can, fire up paralyzing earth on a few things, 4 or 5 even, and charm something. And it's pretty much like swarm kiting, not AoE kiting. Swarm kiting is for bards, where you have one mob fighting against a number of others, more than 2 or 3, more like 5, 6, and it gets beat down very quickly. You break charm when it's very low, finish it off with 1, probably a life tap as a necro, and then repeat. I think it seems like it'd be kind of tricky though to, I don't think necro life taps hit so hard that you can break a charm when a mob is at like 17% still, and still finish it off. Not once you're at a level where you could be doing this efficiently anyways. So it'd be tricky to break a charm without the 6 mobs that are beating on your pet killing him, but while also getting him low enough that you can finish him off easily. Ask Alarty. Have him make a video. I know he does it. Did it. Alright, so I'll go run over to the Stalag Terror. Well, I'll check the Geonids to see if I got a named respawn from where I killed the one before. Be nice to get another cool gem. If not, I'll run down the Stalag Terror area. Oh no, that was naked before. And explore down there, see what's up. I think you've now seen about 80% of this zone, basically, during this video. There's more space that I haven't explored, but I think that it's mostly just like trash spawn stuff, like all the caves that are around that central pit that drops down. Since I've only ever seen this guy, what the hell is going on down here? Oh, there you go. He got over here pretty quick. He must find a, let's see if he wants an invis. I need to get the hell out of here. He's gonna stand back up, bring that terror, come running at me again. Ooh, fact check time. "27 minutes ago." He should have told me, yes, I would like an invis before I stand up from feign death, not lied to me about how long he was at this camp ago. Dude's gonna die again. Oh, he was letting that thing beat on him while looting his corpse. I guess that's what melees who are KOS with this stuff have to deal with, eh? Okay. Let's go see what's down this Stalag Terror hallway. Hey, Never would have guessed. I don't think they're quite close enough together that I could hit them with an AoE mez, both of them, to pull. I've noticed that sometimes the Stalactera dudes will have no space in between their name. I don't know if that's significant or if it's a typo. I haven't seen any different loot. Well, there's a lot of these dudes down here, though. Wouldn't want an invis to wear off at a bad time. A little more tight together. You probably are going to get all three of those. They seem to have a pretty large aggro radius, in my experience fighting them so far. You'd get at least 2 of the mobs in here, I think. So I guess this is the back edge. This is probably where the named stalag spawn. I'll kill through this stuff down here once or twice and see if we can pop a named and try to kill it. It looks like it's a little more manageable named area to work with than the spider one was. But now you've seen, I think all of the zone, basically. Can't get this guy without getting smacked. Got lucky. Didn't aggro quick enough. Now I forgot what the layout up here is and how many mobs I'm going to pull by sending this dude in here to his death. It's alright, I'll just let shit die and not worry about. I'm going to get 3. Pet must be a beast compared to these other 2. He's not getting hurt at all, considering he's fighting 2 of them. He's working this one over, too. He's only hitting for 77, though. Wow, he's crushing these things. That's awesome. Holy cow. I can't believe how much he's killing them. Guess I'll just stun him. Reboot one more time. Oops, that was the wrong spell. I needed my other stun, or else I can't cast an Anarchy quick enough if I don't use my longer stun, but these guys aren't breaking brute, so I got time. I may be a little OCD with my root casting, if you've noticed. Better safe than sorry, I guess. Here, that's all I have to say about it. I'm OCD and better safe than sorry. There you have it. Ooh, he's still rooted? Look how. Well, there you have it. It paid off being OCD and crazy about my roots. Kept me from getting smacked. There you go. 3 XP messages. It's a lovely thing. Probably gonna lose greater shielding soon. Need a new rune. And we'll see about using lull to break this room up. I'll try to clear the room of 4. Then I'll run back to town and sell stuff. Come back here and see what I get for respawns. Hopefully I can set up right inside the room and not deal with killing the stuff that's outside here every time. I don't know how many spots in there can potentially spawn as named things, if I'm going to get like 3 named spawns and not have any easy pets to use or what, but find out. This video is already longer than I thought it would be. I feel like I say that quite a bit. I think I was intending to just fight some Geonids and scout down here with Invis, not fight spiders or fight these guys, but good fights at least. At least I haven't died. Came kind of close once against one single stalag, but at least I've had an active video. It's more fun for me. So I assume it's more interesting for you guys. Of course, it takes forever to upload and process these videos on YouTube when they get more than an hour long. I'm just browsing the web a little bit here while I go check the forums out while I wait for my mana to get back up. Steam Summer Sale, OMG. I don't know if I can change my feed on OBS in the middle of a video so that you guys can see me browsing or whatever instead of just my P99 window, but oh well. I'll let that guy figure out his stuff for himself. Now I feel bad for not helping him, though. No, I kind of don't want to give him any because I don't really want to come back and kill those spiders ever again. And I reckon I'll probably end up doing these shawl quests eventually. Shit, how long have I not had clarity? You know, if this was a stream, somebody could have yelled at me. Told me I was slowing things down unnecessarily by not buffing myself. Too bad my video's not up on YouTube yet. You could watch that and find out where to go. Got the music stuck in my head. Alright, let's fire up LOL again. Good thing the assist aggro changes in nowadays. We cut that corner quick. Almost got to me. Asshole. Boy, I go through a lot of Jaspers down here, man. I guess I've only used about 30 so far. Feels like a lot more than that, though. Cast in Rune every 2 or 3 fights slows down the XP, but helps keep me from dying, and it's pretty rare to find reses down here. Although all 3 of the corpses I've had in this zone, I did get 90% res from a friendly paladin, so that was awesome. What was his name? Can't remember. Nice little dwarf fella. Pets trumps in this guy. I'm gonna let him trounce it. See if I can get, if this guy comes solo, hopefully. He's still lulled. Come on, attack. Forget that the low level lulls. Lull and calm both last a really long time. Lull hits it's a very small reduction in aggro radius, so it's not something you want to use if you're trying to pull a tight camp, or if you're going to be walking right next to the mobs, but it's so cheap and fast casting, it's nice to use lull when you don't need when you just need stuff that's a fair distance apart to not assist. It's great. Not sure what was going on there. I think I was hitting the wrong buttons somehow, and I wasn't clicking my ring on myself to break a pet. Probably need to move at a decent clip to get up into this room before the stuff behind me respawns. So I'm going to tuck myself back here a little bit and try to stay out of their line of sight. Met up the rest of the way and then kill those 3, then I'll go back to town. Did I not just send that message? Apparently he went LinkedIn, or I went LinkedIn, one of the two of us. Okay, lulls. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to clear this last room here, and then I'm probably going to end the video because I started to need to use the restroom. So I'll clear this room, run back to the city, sell stuff, and then call it good. I've shown you pretty much the whole zone, showing you how the way I've been soloing things in here, a few different ways of doing it. Had mostly good fights. Saw some crazy queen dragonid chick who didn't want to mess with. Hey, I even didn't want to mess with the little orc guy that was out here. I'm just a chicken shit. Oops. think there were only 3 in here, yeah? Yeah. Looks like I had a beastly pet again. Not really. He's still only like level 34 or 35, but he's kicking the crap out of these 2. Get that one. I rooted them too far apart because I was a little slow. Busy watching hit point damages instead of paying attention to when root was going to break. I think I could probably get enough room here to... Sure, asshole. How long until my root wears off? There we go. I was feeling lazy, so I took half XP, or less, whatever it is. And as I said before, unfortunately there's no binding in this zone. Try another place to bind, like a city. Ooh, I barely had enough time to kill all this stuff before I had repops. So I'll zip back to the city, show you the bank, and find out how much ISK. I'm playing too much EVE Online. See how much plat I get from selling these gems, and then I'll turn my video off. Whoopsh! Good old crazy little whip dudes. Just for the sake of demonstration. We'll practice my swimming a little bit too. Not even a single skill up. Boy, I have a hard time getting out of the water sometimes on. I don't know if it's maybe because it's my size. Maybe trolls have a hard time getting out or something. I was in troll form a lot in Paw too, where I was swimming, and I had a hard time getting out of the water there too, so. cool zone overall. Like I said, I really like the overall vibe of this zone, and the convenience of having a banker and vendors right here is great. But my opinion of the loot is slowly improving once you know where to spawn the names. Name Geonid, who drops the nice gems. Well, forgive me for not being in the right form. Still dubious as a high elf, but they like gnomes. Kind of. Sweet. I'll take that. Since I'm poor. Guess I'll run around and show you the bank quick and then spare you the sound of all the coins dinging around. So this is the way we came in from the main entrance from Eastern Waste. If you go right here is the bank. And then there's that one vendor is right down there. There's another one somewhere. Probably that guy. And then just zip around this way. And that leads back out to where we were XPing. And I think this, I don't know exactly, but I think this ends up, well, I haven't come over here, this is kind of nice. I think this ends up leading out to, it's a different exit to Eastern Waste, probably another one-way exit. So thanks for watching my Crystal Caverns video. It's been a long time coming, but finally got to it. And next one should be Tower of Frozen Shadow, at least to go through a few of the floors and try to find another key. If not, to spend a couple levels there before I move to Caesura to get my Howling Stones key fighting Zel'Gaz. I will see you guys around.